painted the hospital floor with black and white squares. The elderly woman, in a coma, never dared walk to the water cooler. I suspected she could sense the black squares. When she finally stood up, she began walking along the black squares, just to look at the view outside the window. I was so excited I could barely breathe. But soon, a more critical patient arrived. He had been in a coma for 30 years. No one knew why his brain had completely stopped responding. At first, his brain showed no sign of activity, until I started calling his name. In that moment, I saw hope. I had all the patients line up, and I tested who could react. They couldn't move, but each of them held a baseball, a symbol of freedom. I began a new experiment. These patients had strong reactions to different things, and I decided to use the man who had been asleep for 30 years as a breakthrough. I guided him to spell his name. I attended a lecture where they discussed the issue of patients in comas, and suddenly, I had a bold idea. I believed it could help treat encephalitis lethargica. So, I went to the man's mother, hoping she would agree to let him try this new drug, but I wasn't sure how it would affect her son.
What's there here for him after all these years?
You're here. In the end, she signed the consent form. This was the drug I had been researching. I increased the dose and gave it to him, but as I fell asleep from exhaustion, I woke up to find the man was gone. I began searching for him frantically. When I found him again, he was awake. The next day, I invited his mother. When she saw her son, arms opened to her.
Mom.
She couldn't believe her eyes. A miracle had happened. That, Mom, she had waited 30 years for. I bought a new batch of the drug and started feeding it to other patients with encephalitis lethargica. My colleagues and I recorded their reactions, barely staying awake in the office. Suddenly, a nurse burst in.
What is it?
It's a fucking miracle!
I rushed to the ward and saw all the patients slowly getting up. They woke from their sleep, but had no idea how they suddenly became so old. In that moment, I finally understood. This was the purpose of my life as a doctor.